Hello, in this tutorial I will teach you how to use the Super Nintendo Classic Controller and Nintendo Classic Controller with Deltarune. So the controllers you will need is either an NES Classic Controller, a Super Nintendo Classic Controller, and a Wii Remote. However, this does work with the Wii Remote by itself, the Classic Controller and the Classic Controller Pro, and the Wii Remote with the nunchuck. Make sure your Wii Remote is not paired to your computer before we start this tutorial. So what you will need is WiiMote Pro, which I will provide like a Google Doc download for. VJoy, which I will not provide a download link, but you can just simply Google the installer. Okay, so once you've installed VJoy, you want to go to Configure VJoy. Yes, you're going to need this in order for the Wii Remote to work. Okay, so I'm going to go from left to right. You're going to want the X-axis to be on, the Y-axis to be on, the Z-axis, you want to turn that off. You want to have RX and RY on, and the rest of these you want to have off. I put 22. You need to have at least more than 17. I recommend putting 22 because I haven't run into any problems. You want to have continuous and 0 point of use. I don't remember why, but you want to have it like this. Now this, I don't think it affects anything. I just haven't enabled it. And once you're done, you're gonna want to let me click. You don't want to click apply. And once you just wait 5 seconds because I don't know if it's gonna do anything. You're gonna wait for changes not applied to go away. Make sure enable VJoy is on. Once you're done, you're gonna want to close it, and now you're gonna want to do the next thing. After you're done installing VJoy and have downloaded the 2 programs that I have given the links to, you're going to need your Wii Remote to be ready. Because hold on, let me unplug this really quick. Or actually, whichever peripheral you're going to use, you're going to have to unplug it before you connect your Wii Remote. You're going to have to do this every time before you start Deltarune, and I'll talk more about that later. So the first thing you're going to do is go to your 64 or 32-bit folder. I put mine in my desktop folder. Launch the program. Okay, so sorry, something happened to my computer. So you want to click on the sync button, and then with your unpaired Wii Remote, you want to make sure you do not pair it at your Wii Remote, because otherwise this isn't going to work. You click the sync button. It's going to search for your Wii Remote. This shouldn't take a while. Oh, okay. Okay, so it should still be blinking. Once you've paired your Wii Remote, you want to close this program and go to the latest version, which I will provide a download link for, of WinUN Pro, which should say something like this. Or I don't know which bit you have, but whichever one works for you, dude. Alright, dudes, eds, plural. I don't know who's watching this video. So it should connect to it. It says I have a nunchuck connected to it. Usually I'd have my Super Nintendo connected for Deltarune, but anything works. Except, so now that we've got this connected, I'm going to teach you how to pair for Deltarune. I'm going to make a description of what controls are there. You want to make sure when you now let's pair the Wii Remote and nunchuck to Deltarune. So now what we got to do is so we got the nunchuck. Gotta make sure up is up. Make sure down is down, and then just keep going until you get to the keys. Once you get the arrow keys done, this is what you got to do next. Okay, so now that the arrow keys are done, this is the A button, this is the B button. Z is A in a figurative sense, so you click accept, and B is to and X is to skip dialogue or run in Deltarune, and Z is to open your menu. So what I'm going to do is put Z for A, detect the key. Now I'm going to release this pack of what I'm showing you in this video. B is going to be X. So this B button is going to be the X button in a keyboard, which is for Deltarune. This is called mapping. So you want to make sure you map the buttons to whatever you like. And I'm going to make this the menu button. So the C button. Let's say here Z. Now, if you're going to use the packs that I used, which I'll describe what it is, that's it optional. You can program this to whatever you want to use to your comforting. I prefer it like this because I think it's more better, but you might like the B button for the C button and maybe the C, whatever. At the end of this video, I'm going to put some pictures describing what are my packs and what do they do. And so what you would just do, let me save this pack. You're watching me make it right now. Let me call it Nunchuck. Okay, so I just saved it. So what you would do is once you loaded your Wii Remote and Nunchuck, you click File, Load Profile, and click on, see, that's my Super Nintendo one, and you click Open. Then once you're done loading the profile or mapping your buttons, you go to wherever Deltarune is, you start it, you wait for it to load, and bam, we're done. Everything's working. Now, I know I might have made this a little complicated, but it's actually pretty easy to set up. See? If you want to know how to do this a second time, please skip to 10 minutes. Okay, thank you for watching the tutorial. Now, that's going to be for the first time setup. Once you're done setting up for the first time, here's what you got to do next. I'm going to release 5 packs, one for the Wii Remote and Nunchuck, the Nintendo, the Super Nintendo, and the Classic Controller and Classic Controller Pro. So it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 packs. If you don't like these packs, you could always just map the buttons to your comforting. So if you choose to use my packs, the next couple of slides will be describing what buttons are which in Deltarune. You don't have to watch these if you're going to map your own buttons. The NES Classic Controller Pack will have the directional pad as the directional pad, the select button as the menu, start as Z, B as X, and A as Z. So the Super Nintendo pack, these 2 buttons are Z, and these 2 buttons are X. Start is Z, select is menu, and right button and left button are left and right. The directional pad will be the directional pad. Now these 2 are going to have the same pack, the Wii controller, the Wii Classic Controller. This basically just has thighs, except for these 2 big buttons, but they're going to be the same as the left and right. So these 4, left is going to be left and right is going to be right. This one's left is going to be left, and left's going to be left. These 2 buttons are going to be Z, and these 2 buttons are going to be X. This is going to be Z as in Zeus, and C as in cat. If you hold the home button, it's going to quit Deltarune, because this is going to be mapped to the escape button. This is going to be the directional pad, and this is going to be the directional pad, and this will have no use. Again, exactly the same as this one, except for these ones, all of these, it's going to be left and right, as mentioned in the Classic Controller Pro. This will be X, this is going to be Z, this is going to be menu, this is going to be accept as in the Z button, and this is going to be the menu button as in the C button. The home button is going to be the escape button so you can quit Deltarune. The A button is going to do nothing, and the directional pad will be the directional pad. The Nunchuck pack will have the Nunchuck stick as the directional pad, these 2 as the menu buttons, the home button as the escape button, the A button as Z, the X button as B. The plus and minus buttons will do nothing. The 1 and 2 buttons will do nothing. The directional pad will do nothing. Just a friendly reminder that these packs will be in a separate folder in the download, and that you do not have to put these packs. The only sole purpose is that if you do not know how to map buttons, I will release these packs. These packs will be, I told you what the controllers are for the packs. I will teach you how to put these packs in the next video. I'm going to show you how to set it up for the second time, but before you do that, make sure you click on your 1 and 2 buttons in the Wii Remote. So like I mentioned before, you want to open up the WiiMote and Pro. Once it's done loading, you click on your remote and you click accept. Once it's done loading, click on File. So I'm using my nunchuck, and you click on the nunchuck pack, open it, hide it, and open Deltarune, and you're done. It's that easy to use my packs.